Today is gonna be interesting. Not because I have anything interesting to say, actually. Um, but I think it's just gonna be today. I feel like is a limit test for me personally. So what is that? Just in life in general. I wouldn't say I even had a bad day today. I had a pretty good day. I got everything done that I needed to get done for the most part. But I just have this like underlying sense that I need to like really like step it up and stop I don't know, wasting away. Maybe that's a good term. So anyways, I think I can skip like the long-winded intro. Maybe that was already long-winded, but I think I can actually just talk about the piece for once within the first like minute. So we have some jeans here today. As we can tell, nothing too incredibly crazy. um I don't even really know where to begin. I think this has a side on the back. Yeah, I think we can just start here. Even though I think I did this side second, but whatever. So we have all this random text. These are spray paint. Well, it's acrylic, and like the purple's acrylic, the red's acrylic, um, and then it's spray painted over a little bit with black. But you can kind of tell it doesn't really look that good to be honest, but it is there. But I think underneath all of this, like you can kind of see, it's a text I wrote with like this fabric pen, which I kind of started like really getting into, not like recently, but when I was first trying to paint and experiment and shit, I started using like this fabric pen, because that way I could like write out all my thoughts and everything, kind of more diar diuretic, like a diary. I don't know, I think that's a word in some aspect. Anyways, but yeah, so I would write. Writing just really helps me get through things. Excuse all this fur, you can blame this guy for that. Um, but yeah, anyways, so we have this random text. These were all words at one point, and then just sprayed over as always. I think the back's more interesting, so let me kind of just speed run to the back side real quick, and we'll just flip it over like that. This I can actually talk about. Um, Interestingly enough, when I posted these on TikTok, this was actually I think my most. It's like an ice cream truck out there. Don't worry about that. I think this was my most viewed video, was showing off these, partially because I think he was in the video, so he kind of brought me some traction. But I don't know. I think people kind of saw this. I don't know. I'm not gonna speak for anybody really, but just something I just wanted to point out. Because honestly, I don't really like these at all or that much. It's almost like two sides of the same face, maybe two emotions. Like when you step back, like even from there, you can kind of see like what's actually going on. But I have all this writing underneath, which you actually might be able to read. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good camera. Hold on. Maybe it might even be upside down. I'm not even I'm not even entirely certain, but you know, there was text there. I kind of like that idea of like burying all my thoughts underneath imagery and more thoughts and more nightmares. It's a way for me to cope and like kind of not necessarily like writhe, but like you know trying to figure my way out the mess, I guess. So we just have two faces, even though initially I think this was just text. Like this was text scrawled over it, this was text scrawled over it, same for each part. So then eventually after this I was like, maybe I should make this like teeth, and then it was just these two portions. So these were gonna be like mouths, like two mouths. And then I had like this random red here, which I think also was a phrase or a word. um but yeah, so it started off here, and then I was like, wait, low-key I needs eyes. So then I did the eyes with the classic, and then I did the eyes here, classic. So then it kind of became like a face here, and then this was the mouth, but technically it was supposed to be this. But I don't think that really works like that. Maybe it kind of does. Maybe now that I'm explaining it, you might be able to see it, but at a glance it doesn't really look like that. Anyways, yeah, I think that was upside down. No, to you. At least that's something. I don't know. I be talking to myself, talking to people, talking to things. I be just trying to figure shit out. Oh, I think I cut these two at the bottom. Yeah, I just cut them. I think straight scissors maybe. Yeah. Uh, Besides that, I don't I don't think I really have too much interesting stuff to say today. I keep saying interesting, man. Sorry, today's been kind of crazy for me. Um, but yeah, thought I would show some jeans. Holy fuck. Maybe I should just end it here. Goodness, I still gotta post this. It is what it is. I don't do no editing. We're just gonna have to rock with it. But yeah, let me know how you felt about the jeans. You can be honest with me. You can tell me it's terrible. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge. I don't hate. It is what it is. I'm not a big fan myself. And a lot of my art is just kind of like emotion and just processing and just me. So it all ends up just being myself in a way that I think kind of can be a bit off-putting to some people. But I think it's okay for me because it's a way for me to detach myself from my art while still making it authentic. Because a lot of the struggles I faced when first like really getting into painting at all was that I was never, like I've said before, I'm not really a technical painter. I'm not even like I wouldn't even say I'm a good painter at all, or even a good artist. To be honest, I just try to communicate how I'm feeling, and I just kind of use paint as a medium for that. Like I said before, this is kind of more like therapy for me than it is anything else, and it just happens to come out in a wearable art form. So all this to say that that was my only way to like kind of get over criticism, because I'm pretty emotional as a person. So even though I wouldn't like spaz out or anything if someone said anything, but it would kind of hurt when people say, oh, you know, like my kid could do this, or like this is, you know, this is terrible, this is trash. And then eventually I realized, I was like, oh, like yeah, this is my art, but it's really just me. And it's kind of just that confidence of like, if someone doesn't like you for who you are type thing, which sounds kind of corny, but it's low-key true. Like if someone doesn't really fuck with you for who you are and like what you actually are, not like an image you're trying to put out, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. You know, you're gonna change for one person on this earth, you know, there's billions. So anyways, don't change your art for nobody. Maybe that's a good title I could roll with. If anything, change it for yourself. But what do I know, man? I'm just a crazy guy in his bedroom right now, showing you some. I can't even. Yeah, I'm just gonna end this. Disregard the last like 30 seconds. Anyways, take care of yourself. Be safe out there, and hopefully I'll show you something more loving and caring next time.